We're on Virgin Radio with AB's Innovation Park. I have with me chadiabounohra in the studio, who has more than 25 years of experience when it comes to business development, growing companies, investment, whether in banking or in technology and startups. So Chadi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Arthur. No pressure. Thanks for the intro.
Yeah, I feel like I introduced you, so.
Yeah.
No, but I would still love to hear from you. Like, you know, what brings you to the show? Why are you supporting the new generation of entrepreneurs?
Yeah, thank you for having me first. It's a pleasure. Well, listen, I've been in the in the ecosystem, in the entrepreneurship ecosystem for quite some time now, and I'm in it for the passion, for the passion of it, for seeing other people grow their ideas, come with sparks and make them happen, and go through the long and winding road of making a business come to life. And it's never that easy, and you know it all too well. So you need to be patient. You need to have enough bandwidth. I mean, mental bandwidth, financial bandwidth. Get yourself surrounded by the right people to do so.
You have to be delusional.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. You need to, push the envelope as much as possible whenever you can. And it all depends on how you see things, do things, the segment you're in, the industry you're in, and of course the environment you're in. And Lebanon is not an easy environment, so we do need lots of support here. Entrepreneurs need support everywhere, but Lebanon is, as you know, is a special case. So there's never enough assistance, support, and help for these.
Yeah, but they do say that the best things in life are never the easiest things in life.
Yeah, special flavors, of course. So the harder it gets, the more rewarding it is. So
one of my favorite quotes is that if you do easy things, you will live a hard life. But if you do hard things, then you will live an easy life.
Yeah, I totally agree. However, it's not. It's not easy to always, live by these types of saying. It's not always that.
If it's not easy to live by it, then it makes it an easy life if you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to be back. What are we going to listen to, Laura? We're on AB's Innovation Park with Virgin Radio. So, Chadi, what are some of the, amazing things you've seen in this journey of yours?
Listen, so... seen lots of ideas, startups, founders, businesses, because as you said in your intro, I've been in corporate banking, investment banking, so I've seen businesses of all sizes, so small, big, medium, and I've seen them grow. Seen lots of things in different sectors, so we've been into agri-tech, we've been into health tech, we've been into ed tech, we've also been into fuel and gas, we've been into energy as a whole, and I've seen quite interesting things. And if I want to give you just one small example that I'm particularly proud of, is one that I've encountered at AUBR Park. So I've been following up, and I've been following the progress of a specific startup which is called RenEV.
And that's Yusuf's startup.
Yeah, that's Yusuf. Great person. So I've been there with him from his early days. And it's an extremely bold move they did a couple of years ago to go into that specific segment of an industry that is still nowhere to be seen in Lebanon. So they've been trailblazers in that sense. And I've watched them grow, and I've helped them grow. I'd like to say that I've helped them grow, mentoring them, through the ins and outs on how to grow a business, but also supporting them as a business partner. When we had the chance to do so. So I'm extremely proud to say that we're partners with RenEV on our EV charging network at IPT.
That's at IPT.
Exactly. So this is where, ideas and startups find the real world. So they meet the real world and try to make effective growth on the ground. So this is extremely important. You need to anchor your ideas into real life scenarios in order to grow.
Yeah, but again, it's usually hard to do, right? So there's two things you tackled really well. I think you talked about the risk, right? And it was a bold move. But what I want to say is that you have to be bold. You have to take the risk. Definitely. It's okay to fail. Yeah. But if you don't try, you're never going to know. If you always play it safe, nothing's going to ever happen. Every successful person in the world took that risk. And second, it's usually the connections that it doesn't matter if you know them when you get started. It's about how you build those connections along the way. And I think that's the advantage of something like AUB's Innovation Park, because instead of you having to randomly figure out who these people are, we actually introduce you. Right, so AUB's Innovation Park introduced you to Yusuf and then EV, and then through that relationship, IPT was on board with the company. So that's always the case. It's always about how do you get the right introduction to the people that you need to meet, because if you just go knocking on doors, it's not always going to work. But if other people introduce you, the odds of success increase dramatically. Right, all to say is that we're the perfect matchmakers at AUB's Innovation Park. So if you're listening to this Tinder, we do it better.
Yeah, totally agree. What you said it perfectly well. So you need specific vehicles to, not only network, but connect people. Connect the right entrepreneurs to the right people at the right time.
Exactly. We always swipe right.
Yes.
We're really talking about the whole, matchmaking, risk-taking, and all of these things. But Chadi, what are, let's say, some of the biggest mistakes you've seen startups do over the years?
We're talking about mistakes specifically, or you're talking about growth, or...
Well, I think it's an up and down journey, right?
Yeah.
So it's filled with mistakes, it's filled with opportunities.
And most of the time, you get people very eager to start to kickstart their ideas, and they tend to sometimes either overstep or burn stages or burn phases. Then that is not really what would work, specifically in an environment such as Lebanon. So what you need to do is to really figure out on how to build the core of your ideas.
I think that's the same everywhere, right? Because our company is based in the US, right?
Yeah.
I live in Abu Dhabi because we have partnerships with the government. We work in Europe, we work everywhere around the world, and it's always the same. Entrepreneurship, just like everything else, has its steps. And
of course,
every time you're building something, you have to fall in love with the problem, right? Not the solution, and then validate it.
Exactly. So the most common mistakes we see is that, as you said it, startups don't dwell much on their problems, and they don't try to really solve what can be solved early on, and they tend to, burn stages, sometimes burn bridges. And when it's too late, it's too late. You just need to make sure that you have a very strong idea, validated with people that, understand either the business, the entrepreneurship ecosystem, how it works, the segment you're going in, the industry you're going in. And once it's validated, then you need to assess if you really have enough bandwidth, financial bandwidth, to go the way of growing, the stem of your business without looking towards investors early on. You need to, measure your steps and see how to make it grow through connections, through mentorship, partnerships, accelerating your idea. And then if you don't have that bandwidth, you need to make some concessions along the way. And this is where you also need another type of help in order to help you not make the wrong concessions at the wrong time. So, yeah.
Yeah, again, it's a journey. It's ups and downs. You have to learn. There's no right path, right?
Of course.
It has to be your path. It's unique to your circumstances. It's unique to how resourceful you can get. But what I love is that there's no one path, right? So when people ask me, who do you want to be like? Like, do you want to be like, I don't know, like Richard Branson or Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg or so on? I'm like, but none of them are like each other.
Exactly.
So why would I want to be like Mark Zuckerberg when I can be like Arthur? Right, so I want to be the Arthur. I don't want to be the like Richard or so on, because each one of them did it their own way, and I want to do it my way. And each person listening, right, is going to have to do it their way. But there are still rules and journeys and paths, and every single one of those names that I mentioned had the right people supporting them. Chadi, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. And how can people connect with you? I think you have a lot of experience, and people should be able to have access to you. They can learn a lot.
Definitely. So as I said, I've been quite active in ecosystem. So I'm already mentoring at AUB Innovation Park. So they can access me there. They can access me directly on my LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn
That's Chadi. How do you write Chadi?
Chadi, ChadiAbounohra.
So Chadi Abounohra.
Exactly, on LinkedIn, and I'm quite responsive. And
there is an I in Chadi, but he's not selfish. I just had to put it out there.
Yeah, I got one. So definitely, yeah. So I'm quite available. I've been doing, I mean, beside my involvement with UB Innovation Park, I've been also mentoring at ISA, and I've been involved at Beritech, and I'm still in contact. And I'm always available in that ecosystem, in that support system. I'm always there, and I mean, for every entrepreneur that has a striking idea, that really believes in the core of their new concept, to come forward and reach out. I mean, there's no other way of doing things. So
exactly, you have to be bold. Exactly. You have to believe in yourself. You have to reach out. You have to accept the fact that you're gonna make so many mistakes and you're gonna feel like an idiot sometimes. But it's okay.
And
right?
if at first you don't succeed, you just need to try again. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that you're 10 failures away from succeeding, would you rather fail fast or fail slow?
I mean, it's a cliche saying that failures teach you, but that's the reality. So
cliches work for a reason. I mean, they're a cliche because they work.
Exactly. So that's particularly true. Whenever you're failing, you keep on learning, and the core thing that you still need to hold on to is never let this spark go. You always believe in your ideas. Try to improve them. Now, sometimes you would feel and you would see and you would witness along the way that this idea you had in mind doesn't particularly work. So we need to tweak it a little bit.
To change it
a bit. Exactly. So
and I love that. So in the company we have a policy that's called micro pivots.
Yeah.
So we believe that every day is an opportunity to do something better, right? To break something, to change something, and along the way, when we're always questioning what we're building and always trying to make it better, and even if it's small steps, over the years you suddenly have something way bigger,
exactly,
and way larger.
That's what we, wrongfully call as Lebanese resilience. Mm-hmm. Resilience is, doesn't mean anything. It's micro pivoting, as you said. So you need to adapt, keep on adapting, and keep on evolving.
YouTube started off as a dating app.
Yeah. Exactly. So
I want to say that's how I met Laura, but she doesn't allow me to make these jokes anymore.
No.